ButHerFly Boudoir. Y'all, baby, when I tell you I ain't never been so excited to do a review than I am right now, y'all. Let's get into this Love After Lockup review. Now, if y'all watch Auntie's Advice, if y'all subscribe to Auntie's Advice YouTube page, you will know that she does Love After Lockup reviews, and she always grades the episodes from A to F. And if I had to grade this week's episode of Love After Lockup, baby, this episode gets an A from me. Listen, within the first 10 minutes, the first 5 minutes, I mean, it was just filled with drama. It was jam-packed excitement. Listen. Let's get into it. All right, so we start out with Deontay and Nicole. It picks up where it left off last week. So we know Deontay had just dropped off Nicole. He was pulling off. Something told him to turn back around because he saw Nicole just sitting on the front porch. She didn't go inside. So somebody pulls up and Nicole goes to get in the car. Now I figured it was gonna be Zach, but I had saw a YouTuber do a review and she had said she might be getting into an Uber, and I was thinking that too, but I was looking a little closely and it looked like she was getting in the front seat, not the back seat. If it was an Uber, she'd be getting in the back seat, but baby, it was not an Uber, it was Zach. Baby, when I tell you, Deontay caught her red-handed. He was going off on the pole. He was asking for his phone back. He was asking who dude was, and you know what? I don't even blame dude. I don't blame Zach at all because he said he knew that there were other guys, but he didn't know the extent of, you know, if there was a relationship or any emotional connection. And I mean, that's not on him anyway, it's on Nicole. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure she did not tell him she's dating this man and they've gotten close. He's, you know, bought her all these gifts. I know she didn't tell him that. So it's not on Zach. I don't blame Zach at all. This is on her. You feel me? But I was feeling a little bad for Pola Deontay. I mean, we all saw this coming. We all saw it coming. And I think deep down inside, Deontay saw it coming too. Like, he had to have felt it and known that something was up. I mean, his mama was telling him, his friend was telling him, but I just felt so bad because, you know, when he drove off, he was crying. He was so upset. He was banging on his steering wheel. I was like, oh my God, Deontay. Oh my goodness. But listen, I already know. I just feel like all Nicole has to do is just say I'm sorry and all this stuff, and I'm just confused. You know, I'm just getting out of prison. I didn't really know what I wanted. Da 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 da. I feel like all she has to do is say that, and Deontay gonna come right back. I feel like he gonna come right back. Oh my gosh. But then she was like, she was getting kind of turned on by watching him get so upset because she liked seeing him grow a pair of balls and standing up for himself instead of letting her walk all over him. So even she is telling us that she's playing him. She knows she's walking all over him. She knows she's using him. And hey, I mean, I can't even blame her for that, because if you gonna allow somebody to do something to you, they gonna keep doing it. They gonna keep doing it. Deontay knows she's using him and walking all over him. You know what I'm saying? And so I mean, hell, if somebody gonna let you keep doing something, you gonna keep doing it. So I mean, I can't even really be mad at Nicole, but still, something inside you know, if you got a heart, you had to feel a little bit bad for Deontay. It was just so sad. It was so sad because it's like you wanted to work for him, but then it's like, come on, Deontay. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he knew all along, but he's just so, attracted to her and wants to be intimate with her so bad that he was just willing to overlook all the signs. Anyway, so Nicole, Zach brings her back home in the morning. She done slept with Zach. She said it was innocent at first, but after Deontay pulled up and did all of that, she figured, why not? I'm gonna just go ahead and sleep with Zach. You know what I'm saying? I already done messed up. Now you know damn well you was gonna sleep with Zach anyway. She was gonna sleep with him anyway, but the Deontay pulled up or not. Come on now. So, I mean, that shows you right there. It wasn't Deontay. You know, I mean, it wasn't that she was uncomfortable and just wasn't ready to be intimate. She wasn't ready to be intimate with him because she done slept with Zach. She wasn't ready to be intimate with Deontay. Now she said, you know, previously that she, you know, didn't feel comfortable sleeping with Deontay because he kept bringing it up, but I mean, and that could be true, but child. So her mama waiting on the porch for her. Her mama done heard all the commotion from the night before. She was peeping out the window. She done seen it all. The neighbors done heard it all. The dog was barking. She done seen it all. So she gives it to Nicole and tells her like it is. You know what I'm saying? She's like, you broke this boy's heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really hurt him. You played him. You saw how much the boy was in love with you and everything that he's done for you. And then I think it was her stepmom who was like, this boy done spent all this money on him, and then, you know, it probably took him a long time to save up all that money to buy you all those things, and you just played him and just broke that boy's little heart. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they were saying, I hope it's getting to her, and then one of them said, it's not. She don't get it. And she absolutely didn't get it, because we see her texting Tia talking about she misses her and want to hang out with her. Baby, child. But like I said, I feel like all she got to do is just say a few little, you know, do a little pillow talk with Deontay, and he's just going to be right back. And she just met his mama. You just met his mama like 5 minutes before Zach pulled up. Tacky. Baby, let's move on. Stan and Lisa. Okay, so Stan, he done got him a little workout gym in his house. Stan is jumping on a trampoline. And listen, I ain't even gonna front. When I seen that, I was like, ooh, that's a good idea. I need to get me a little mini trampoline and start, you know what I'm saying? You get a little exercise on. I like that. I ain't even gonna front. I might just go on the Amazon and order me a little trampoline. But he in there bouncing and lifting weights, and he on the little bicycle thing, or you know, the thing that you pull up. I'm like, okay, Stan, you know, get your little body in shape. So then we see Lisa in the hotel. She gonna call Stan and talk about, you know, we got 8 months invested into this thing, and I just don't think that, you know, we should end it. Oh, really? You got 8 months into it, so you don't think you should end it? But then, you know, she says, you know, to the producers, she's running out of money and she's running out of options. So that's why you done called the man, because you're running out of options, you're running out of money. So of course, let's go over here to Stan, because he's an option and he got money. Baby. So Stan come over to the hotel. Y'all, why the first thing I thought of when I seen Stan was Freddy Krueger. Listen, Stan came up in there with that striped shirt on. All he needed was a little fedora hat, and he could be Freddy Krueger's twin brother. I'm trying to tell you. You know, Freddy Krueger's face was all messed up because of the fire, I think it was. And Stan, you know, he's up there in age, so he got some wrinkles or whatever. So he kind of looked, you know, it matched. Baby, so Stan is in there and they talking, and you know, they done agreed to, you know, work things out. Lisa gonna come back to the house, but you know, she's got some rules and some stimulations, you know what I'm saying? So they get to the house, Stan makes her a little steak dinner, you know, they're chit-chatting, laughing or whatever. Then they drink some champagne. She had never had champagne. Neither one of them ended up liking it. Now, I'm not really a champagne drinker myself. I do prefer wine. I mean, I'm not even a big alcohol drinker in the first place, but I do prefer wine. You know, I do like me a little white Zinfandel. But you know, they get a little eat on, it's cute or whatever. They, you know, talking, they're in a good mood. And then Lisa brings it up all of a sudden, you know, about going down to the dungeon. You know what I'm saying? Stan was like, you know, we can go for a little walk by the river. And she was like, nah, I don't want to do that. You want to go down to the dungeon? Listen, Lisa ready to go get it on. Stan is definitely ready to get it on. She was like, you ready to get into this straight jacket? Baby, listen. Stan would not be my first choice to look at somebody when they are getting it on. But for some reason, I feel like if I could be a fly on the wall, just to see what's going on in this dungeon, baby, when I tell you I'm curious, I want to know what they're doing down in this dungeon with this straight jacket, baby. So Stan is finally getting his wish. This is what he been wanting to do ever since he picked up Lisa from prison. So he finally getting it, baby. But that was it with Stan and Lisa. Then we get to Doug and Rachel. Ooh. Doug and Rachel. Okay. So they're still at Doug's family's house in Kalamazoo, I think it is. And him and his sister, they're still getting into it. They're yelling, they're arguing. I think her name is Crystal. He's got two sisters. One of them is Crystal. I forgot the other name. I don't know if the one he's arguing with is Crystal, or if Crystal is the one who was watching Dougie while he was in prison. But him and the sister with the purple hair just going at it. And while they're screaming, Dougie is getting agitated or whatever. The yelling and all that is getting to him. And so he walks off to the car, and Doug tries to call for him, and he says, "No, F you." I'm like, who this 12-year-old boy talking to? Who this 12-year-old boy telling to F you? Listen. Listen, I know this boy has had a rough upbringing. I understand, I'm sympathetic to the fact that his dad has been in prison his whole life, his mama is on drugs, so he has not had that foundation. I get it, I understand, but baby, you are still a child. You ain't just gonna talk to me any type of way. You know what I'm saying? These are still adults. And he's still gonna have to respect them and speak to them like he got some sense, okay? Now, Rachel said she didn't want to step in because she felt like this was the perfect time for Doug to be the parent that he hasn't been in the last 11 years. So Doug gets to the car, he's trying to talk to Dougie. Dougie don't want to talk to him, he don't want to hear nothing he got to say. He want to talk to Rachel, okay? He done built this bond with Rachel, so he feels more connected with Rachel than Doug. So he wants to talk to Rachel. While Doug is in the car with Dougie, his sister is talking to Rachel, trying to warn her, telling her to be careful, watch out, he gonna use you, he gonna play you, he no good for you. Baby, so then Doug comes out, and then him and the sister are still yelling at it. She goes to leave with her man, and Doug gonna talk about try or pass a drug test, B. Like, I was like, oh my goodness, baby. So they finally get out of there. Rachel, you know, she realizes she needs to get Doug and Doug get out of that environment. It's too hostile, bushes are everywhere, Dougie can't handle it, so they're leaving. Then they get into an argument in the car. Rachel is telling Doug that he has got an attitude problem, he's got a temper, he needs to get it in check. She's telling him he needs to learn how to talk to Dougie, and Doug is like, no, I'm the adult, he's a child, he's telling me F you, I can't talk to him when he's talking to me like that. Dougie starts, you know, he's crying and he's saying, where's that kind, positive dad that I thought I had? You're so mean, you're yelling, you're telling your family you don't need them. And then Dougie says, I don't need them. And then Dougie says, well, I need them. And, oh jeez, I felt bad for Dougie in that moment, because just knowing that he hasn't had his dad basically all his life. And he's saying, where's that kind, positive dad that I thought I had? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we all know he just wants his dad. You know what I'm saying? He just wants his dad in his life. He's never had his dad in his life. He doesn't have his mom in his life. You know what I'm saying? A kid needs their parent. If you can't have both, at least have one, and he hasn't had neither of them. You know what I'm saying? So he's crying out for affection. He's crying out for attention. You know what I'm saying? And Doug, he just, I understand him saying, you know, he's a child, he needs to stay in a child's place. He, no matter what he's been going through, you cannot speak to adults that way. You can't be cursing. I get it, I understand that, because I agree with that. But, you know, I kind of feel like how Rachel does. Doug doesn't have, you know, that ability to talk to a child like a parent should. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been there to raise his child, so I feel like, you know, he just doesn't have that compassion, or he's not able to really like comfort his son and let him know it's gonna be okay, and just, you know what I'm saying? He just doesn't have it yet. Not saying that he can't get it, but right now he's not there with it yet. So Rachel, they get to this gas station. This part right here, I was like, oh wow. They get to the gas station, Doug gets out the car, Rachel gets in the back with Dougie, and he says, he's just not who I anticipated him to be. And Rachel says, you and me both. So both of them are disappointed with Doug's ass, okay? So they get back to the house, and Rachel is telling him she feels like they need some type of therapy, family counseling or whatever. And Doug had saying how he went to therapy and it didn't work, and they tried to put him on Ritalin when he was younger. And so Rachel, you know, she's starting to stand up for herself, and she's giving him ultimatums. You know what I'm saying? She's saying, you need to get it together, get right, or you can get out. And he was like, you ain't gonna give me no ultimatums. You know, and I feel like Rachel, she needs to do that. She needs to stick to her guns. She needs to put her foot down. It's her house. You know what I'm saying? And she needs to let them know, look, if we're gonna be together, you need to change. You're gonna need to learn how to talk to your son, to parent your son. And, you know, your attitude is just gonna have to change. And I completely agree with that. I really feel like counseling would help family counseling. You know what I'm saying? I think Dougie and Doug really need that, especially Dougie. You know what I'm saying? He really needs to get that connection with his dad. You know, a boy needs his father. You know, so I hope they get it together. I don't know what's gonna happen with Rachel and Doug. I really feel like, she would just be better with just Dougie. You know, but Dougie ain't her son, so she can't keep him. But I feel like Doug just needs to, you know what I'm saying? Then we see her friends coming over. I think this might have been a deleted scenes, because I did pull up some deleted scenes on YouTube. But her friends came over to meet Doug, and she was worried because he was about to pass his curfew and he had to be home. He made it home at like 4:50, and so this was the friend's first time meeting him, and he was just being really cocky and really slick and just saying stupid stuff, you know, and just giving off a bad vibe, a bad impression, and the friends just weren't feeling him. Even Rachel was looking like she wasn't feeling none of the things that she was saying. You can really read a person by their facial expressions, and Rachel be giving them expressions like she just don't see it for Doug. You know, this ain't what she thought it was gonna be, you know. So I don't know if they gonna make it. I really don't. I don't know if they gonna make it, and if they don't, Dougie is gonna have to go with Doug. She ain't gonna be able to keep Doug if her and Doug break up. And I really feel like she really cares for Dougie. They built this bond, and he definitely feels connected with her. But I don't see it for Rachel and Doug. I mean, I really don't. He just, I mean, if he agreed to go to counseling, maybe they could work it out. But I don't know. I don't know, y'all. What y'all think? I just don't see it for Doug. Alright, let's move on. Oh, this is another deleted scene, I think it was. I don't remember. But apparently the power had went out in Rachel's house, so he couldn't charge his little ankle monitor. So he had to charge it in the car, and he had to call his PO and let the PO know about it. But apparently he didn't get in trouble last week for leaving the voicemail. Remember, he left the voicemail to his PO telling him, hey, I'm going to see my dad. And I was like, you could do that? You could just leave a voicemail to your parole officer? Like, I didn't know. But apparently he didn't get in trouble because the parole officer ain't, you know, well, we didn't hear it. You know, he didn't reprimand him or nothing. So, listen. I don't know. I ain't never been in trouble with the law, so I don't know. But all right, y'all, let's move on to Anissa and Jeff. So, Anissa and Jeff. So, Jeff is outside talking to Kyle. Anissa done went in to fix Kyle some breakfast. So, last week it ended off with Jeff telling Kyle, I got a secret I want to tell you. And I was thinking, what the hell you fixing to tell Kyle? Because the last we saw, Jeff was getting text messages from his ex. And I was like, I know good damn well he ain't finna tell Jeff or finna tell Kyle that his ex is hitting him up. But baby, he ends up telling Kyle that he might have an 18-year-old son. I said, Lord, what? So, I guess apparently, you know, he was seeing this girl back in the day. She got pregnant, and I think it was the mom who said the child wasn't his, whatever, and to never call again. And then when he got in the halfway house, he got tested, and it come to find out he is the father. I don't know. But he believes he may be a father to an 18-year-old son, and he tells Kyle that. Now, he says he only told Kyle to test him to see if he gonna go back and tell Anissa. And if he does tell Anissa, then he know Kyle can't be trusted and he can't be around no more. Baby, Anissa comes back, she asks him what they've been talking about, and you know, Jeff don't really tell. He just say, you know, we just talking stuff between us. If he wanted you to know, we would tell you. And then Kyle ends up telling the producers, you know, if Jeff don't tell her, I'm gonna tell her. So Jeff, he gonna tell your secret, okay? He gonna tell your secret. I mean, I don't know why you told him that, but you say you trying to test him. I don't know why you told him that, but you know, that was really it between them. You know, it's really boring between Anissa and Jeff. But baby, listen, did y'all catch the part in the confessional? Jeff was like, he said, I want to get my teeth fixed, I want to get a motorcycle, and I want some Gucci pants. I said, Lord, I agree, get your teeth fixed. Get you a motorcycle, because I ain't never heard of motorcycles, but get you a motorcycle. And some Gucci pants of everything. He said some Gucci pants. I mean, at least you gonna say, and I want to give me like a Gucci wardrobe. You know what I'm saying? He just singled out some Gucci pants. Baby, when I tell you Jeff is something special. But that was it for them two. Britney and Ray. Alright, so Britney and Ray, they're waking up. They done did their thing last night. They done slept together. Britney gonna say Ray is the best sex that she has ever had. She said Ray is, what she said, he is a love maker. Baby, I said, oh, Ray got it like that. Because last week, you know, Ray was saying he had sex with women in 3 years, and he was sounding kind of nervous when he said that. But hey, I guess it's like a bicycle, you know, you never forget how. But, you know, apparently Britney was impressed with it. So Ray tells her that grandma's coming over, she bring us some food over there for him. So, you know, Britney is like, okay, I'm gonna have to clean up, because, you know, she gonna be looking around. And Ray was like, she's not gonna be inspecting. And Britney was like, oh no, it is an inspection. Listen, we women know. When mom is coming over, grandma's coming over, they gonna be looking at your place. They're gonna look how clean. Listen, there's some moms who go like this. You see that dirt right there? Listen, so we women know it's an inspection. We gotta make this spick and span, okay? So grandma comes over there. Well, first, before grandma came over there, they was talking, and Ray asked her, so when are your parents coming over? When I'm gonna meet them? And she was telling, she had to just go ahead and tell them that they don't know that he's out, and they don't know that he has paroled to her house. So Ray is feeling some type of way, you know, he feeling like, oh, so are you ashamed of me? You want to keep me a secret? Like, what's going on? And she's trying to figure out a way to tell him without saying they don't want to meet you. Because her mama don't want to meet him. So, you know, she's trying to say, you know, I just want to wait till the time is right. You know, I want to just get your family out the way first, and then we'll go to mine. Ray know better than that. So grandma come over, she got some fried chicken, she done bought some clothes. Grandma she coming to inspect, she coming to check Britney out and see what's going on. So grandma ends up saying, so how do you feel about her parents, you know? And Ray tells her that he hasn't met them. Grandma's like, what? What? You ain't met them? So she's like, Britney, why you ain't met your family? And so, you know, Britney tells grandma, you know, the same thing, the same spiel that she told Ray. And grandma is feeling like, well, are you ashamed of him? You don't want them to meet him? Or are you trying to hide him? And, you know, grandma's like, Ray, if you feel like you are unwanted, if you are not treated right, baby, you come over to grandma, you call me. You know you can come back home. Ray was like, yes, ma'am. I know your door is always open. I will say I do like how Ray speaks with his grandmother, or speaks to his grandmother. He's very respectful. He's got manners. So I do appreciate that. But baby, grandma she ain't really feeling Britney. She is cordial with her, and you know, she's respectful, you know, to her, but grandma ain't feeling her. Grandma is gonna be keeping her eye on Britney. She already feel like something is wrong with Britney because she done went to a prison website to meet somebody. So grandma is just not feeling Britney, but you know, she said she gonna be checking, and Britney's like, oh, daily? And grandma's like, not daily, but you know, I'm gonna be coming over often. Listen, I like Ray. I do. Like, so far, I mean, I ain't seen no signs of Ray, you know, wanting to use Britney or play her. You know, he wants them to be honest. He feels like, or he even said in his confessional that he didn't want to start their relationship off with lies. So I see it for Ray. I do. I don't have no issues with Ray right now. I really don't. I mean, and I don't have no issues with Britney either, other than, you know, I mean, she's just scared. We know she's just scared. She values her family's opinion, and, you know, she's just nervous. But I feel like they could actually work if Britney is just honest all the way around and brings Ray and her family together and they get to know him. I understand that parents, you know, being nervous about him being a ex-convict, you know what I'm saying? Any parent would. But I see it for Britney and Ray. I think they could work out. They look cute together. They seem happy together. So I see it for them. I don't have nothing bad to say about them. So I just hope it works out when he meets her family, and I hope they don't come down too hard on him. But I see it for them. All right, so the last couple, Courtney and Josh. Now, Courtney and Josh was who I saw it for. If you see my last couple episodes or reviews, I said I saw it for Courtney and Josh. But after this episode, I don't know. All right, now Courtney, she feeling some type of way. Because last week when she was in a bridal shop with a friend, she was telling her friend that he be turning her down for sex and she be feeling unwanted. And so he in the kitchen making something to eat, and she says to him, you want to have sex? And he says, nah, not right now, maybe later. Now listen, when a man turns you down for sex, men usually always want sex. I don't know what man would turn down sex. But, I mean, I have heard that when men are going through things, if things aren't right in their life or they're not where they want to be in life, you know, they're not going to be thinking about sex. Things are just not, they're not going to focus on that. They just, you know, they want to focus on getting their life right. So that could be the thing, but I don't know. It just seems like Josh has changed. You know what I'm saying? He was all sweet and innocent in the first couple episodes, and now, you know, he's just like coming out of his shell now. You know what I'm saying? They talking in the bedroom. She in there crying, and he in there just playing with the dogs. She's like pleading her heart out to him, telling him how she feels unwanted and unloved, and you know, how she wants more affection and this isn't how she thought it was gonna be. You know, she said she wants it to be like how they talked about. And he's saying it is. And she was like, well, not for me, you know, you turn me down all the time. And he's like, well, we have had sex. Like, Josh is just not into it, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I mean, I was gonna say, I guess he's not attracted to her, but I've heard men say they don't have to be attracted to a woman to sleep with her. You know what I'm saying? That men just like sex. So I don't know why he's not sleeping with her. I mean, maybe he don't want to be with her. I don't know. I mean, they don't have too much longer before he has to leave, because he can only quarantine with her for 14 days and then he's got to parole to his cousin's house, I believe. So I guess maybe he just wait until that moment to where he can leave and go to his cousin's house, and then he just not gonna talk to her no more. That's what we gotta wait for. We gotta see how he gonna act once he leave our house and go stay with his cousin. Okay, now if he go over to his cousin's house and then he's just MIA, he don't call her, don't answer her messages, nothing, then we know Josh ain't shit. Okay, then we know he was just playing her, just using her. Right now, I see it kind of going that way, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Courtney, she just gave up her job and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was in the prison system. You know, working in the prison system, so I'm pretty sure she was making good money, and she lost all of that for him. Her ass done got on parole and all this stuff, you know what I'm saying, for him, and now he's just acting like he ain't want nothing to do with her. So I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I'm waiting for when the quarantine is up and then he gotta go stay with his cousin. That's when we gonna see what's real. That's when we gonna see the real Josh and how he gonna act towards her. So that was Love After Lockup. That was my review. So now we've come to the point of the haul. The haul. Y'all so used to doing my fashion hauls. Now we have come to the point of the video that I like to call.
And now, the prison bae, I'm going to take all of your money until the day I get out of jail and after, because you're that foolish and gullible. Award goes to...
Alright, you guys, so this week's prison bae. Y'all, this week's prison bae, it's definitely gonna have to go to Nicole. It's just definitely gonna have to go to Nicole. She just played this man so bad. And then the next day, she played Deontay. Went to have sex with Zach. Then she gonna text Tia saying she wanna hang out with Tia. Baby, she just don't care who she hurt. She just wanna get it on with everybody. She's just getting around with everybody, and she knows what she doing. She knows what to do. She said she was tired of Deontay letting her walk all over him. So she know what she doing. She know what to do. I mean, we women, we know how to use what we got. Oh, child. Nicole, you is just player. You in prison, baby, for real. Alright, you guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you'd like to leave me a comment, please feel free to do so down below. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. And if you are not a fly girl yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel. You guys can also follow me on Instagram at Madame_ButHerFly. Alright, you guys, until the next time, please remember, stay focused, stay laughing, stay yourself, stay fly.